It's official. We now know the kickoff time for the West Virginia versus Penn State game on August 31st and what network it will be broadcast on. We also know the networks and kick times of the other two non-conference games on the slate for the Mountaineers in 2024. I'm going to give you my thoughts on all of it right after this word from my fine sponsor over at Dutch Miller Automotive. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. What is up? Welcome in, and you have found yourself on another episode of Couz's Corner. Come on in, make yourself comfortable, belly yourself up to the bar, and let me pour you out another shot of top shelf college football content. On tap at Couz's Corner today, we are talking about the West Virginia Mountaineers non-conference slate and the kick times for the 2024 season. We've all been waiting anxiously for the announcement about when the Penn State game would kick off. Most fans, myself included, would have preferred it be a nighttime kickoff, a 7:30 kick, because we all love the nighttime atmosphere at Milan Puskar Stadium in Morgantown. However, I didn't say that right, did I? Morgantown. Anyway, however, that is not the time that Fox, which is where the game's airing, that is not the time they are choosing. They are putting the game at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time, 11 Central. And a lot of fans within Mountaineer Nation are not happy about it. The big noon kickoff crew is going to be in Morgantown for the game. The game will kick off at noon. Now, there are obvious reasons why fans are not happy about this 12 o'clock kick. Number one reason, not as much time to tailgate. You have to start tailgating at 7 a.m., not as much time to get lubed up for the game. And again, we love the nighttime atmosphere in Morgantown, inside Milan Puskar Stadium. It's a very fun time. There's just nothing like it. And that's what fans wanted for this game, one of the biggest non-conference home games in a decade, or over a decade, actually. Probably since LSU came to town back in, I think it was 2011 or 2012. 2011, I believe. Dana Holgerson's first year at the helm. And it may be even bigger than that because it's Penn State. It's a regional game. It's an old rival of West Virginia from back in the day. So a lot of fans were excited about it and wanted it tonight. But I think the complaining is really nonsensical, and I'm going to tell you why. Not that I don't respect your opinion, but come on, man. Big noon kickoff is a big event. People get excited when College Game Day announces they're going to be somewhere at a game. Everybody gets up in arms and excited. Well, this is Fox's version of College Game Day. And I've even seen a lot of people on social media say they prefer the Fox Big Noon Kickoff crew over College Game Day, that it's a better show. You're still getting on national television. You're still getting a lot of attention on your game. Why would you not want that? The 12 noon game is actually Fox's biggest game. It's their highlight game of the weekend. They are choosing to highlight the West Virginia Penn State game as their biggest game of the weekend. Why would we be upset about that outside of our own selfish interests of wanting it to be at night? It's better, in my opinion, this is better for the program. It's going to get more national attention because of the Fox Big Noon Kickoff. Now, it is going head-to-head against a really good game in the Clemson-Georgia game. I get that. That's another reason fans aren't happy about it. But we're going to get, again, it's Fox's premier game of the week, and that's something we fans should be happy about. They're choosing our game to be the premier game. Let's embrace that and not complain about it. And yes, we're not going to get as much time to tailgate, but let's take advantage of what we do have and enjoy it. Now, there's also conversation around whether the black uniform should be worn in this game or not. We all remember the black uniforms being unveiled. We don't know what game they're going to play or going to wear them in. A lot of people assumed it was going to be for the Penn State game because it's such a big game, and Penn State will likely be wearing white. One of the arguments fans are making against the black uniforms for this game is the temperatures, the heat. I'll be honest, I don't agree with that opinion, and here's why. I do agree with the opinion about not wearing black in this game, but it's not for the reasons of temperature, and here's why. The average temperature on August 31st at noon in Morgantown is like 68 degrees or something. It's not that hot. The average temperature at 7:30 is like 80. I saw that on social media. It's not like it gets 100 degrees in Morgantown, West Virginia, folks. The highest it might be is in the 80s. Low. I mean, yes, it can get up in the high 80s occasionally, but it's not common, especially that time of year. It'll likely be around 80 to 85 degrees. It's doable. And let's face it, one of West Virginia's core colors is blue, the dark blue. It's not that much different from black, folks. And a lot of fans are wanting them to wear that uniform. Going from dark blue to black is not a huge ask. Now, if you wear a white helmet or something with it, or a gold helmet, I could see that, being a huge difference as far as reflecting the heat. But if you wear blue and blue, it's not that much different from black. So to me, that's a silly argument. Now, here's the reason I don't want the black uniforms worn in this game. I would like to see the black uniforms worn in a night game for obvious reasons. Temperature aside, it'll just look a lot cooler at night. Those silver letters will pop. You'll see the white stripes on the uniform, or the gray stripes, whatever they are. You'll see them pop. And it'll look really cool, the team running out on the field at night under the lights in that black uniform. That's the reason I don't want the uniform worn in this game. It has nothing to do with temperature. It's all about the look, the aesthetic of the black uniforms. Now, I'm going to read an article for you from WV Sports Now that cover the time of the other two games that have been announced for West Virginia. Here's an article from my friends over at WV Sports Now, Mike Ostie and the crew. It says, in addition to the kickoff time of the season opening game pitting WVU against Penn State, the Big 12 also revealed when the rest of the out-of-conference slate will be played. After hosting the Nittany Lions, the Mountaineers will then stay at home and face Albany in the evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, duplicating last year's time for the FCS matchup. West Virginia will then go up the interstate for their first road game of the season in the rubber match of the recent Backyard Brawl series. The brawl will take place at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time and be nationally televised on either ESPN or ESPN2. It's somewhat of a doubleheader, as the Pittsburgh Pirates play at 6:40 p.m. that evening, which will leave Pittsburgh's North Shore area very busy. Even though most fans were hoping the Penn State game would be showcased in a primetime slot, the noon kickoff time does not mean it won't be on national television or be treated like a big game. In fact, West Virginia against Penn State is expected to be Fox's big noon kickoff game of the week. In actuality, WVU will enjoy national exposure in 2 of their 3 non-conference games. But regardless of when the Penn State game takes place, the Mountaineers will need their fans to be as rowdy as possible in order to help WVU avenge last year's 38-15 loss at Beaver Stadium. The game being in Morgantown isn't enough for DraftKings to give West Virginia much of a chance. While the Mountaineers are not as big of an underdog as last season, the way too early line has PSU favored by 12.5. As for the brawl, WVU is going into the game on the heels of a 17-7 win in Morgantown in 2023. Last season's win avenged the loss in Pittsburgh from 2022. Now, I'll give you my thoughts on the Albany game being kicked off at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the norm for West Virginia. They like those evening kicks for the FCS games. It gives fans time to get there. It gives media. I think the media kind of likes that 6 o'clock time because even it's only an hour and a half earlier than the normal 7:30, but it gives them more time to get back home after the game and after they get the articles written and interviews done and all that. I think the media folks like it. So maybe there's a little bit of, catering to those folks as well. But from, what I've heard Rim Baker talk about in the past, it's just a game time they like. They feel like it's a time to get the best exposure, and it's more convenient for everybody involved. Now, as far as the Pittsburgh game being at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I like it. I like the 3:30 kick. It gives fans enough time to tailgate and enjoy their day. Yet the game is over around 6:30, 7-ish. Gives you, if you live close, it gives you time to get home. For those that live in Morgantown area, they have time to drive home that evening after the game. For those like myself, I'll just get a hotel room in Pittsburgh if I'm able to go to the game. I'll just try to get a hotel somewhere around Morgantown, Pittsburgh area somewhere. And, and I got time to get back to my hotel room that evening. So it'll work out. It's all going to work out. I like the 3:30 kick. Again, it's a feature time for ESPN or ESPN2. So there will be a lot of national eyeballs on that game. Would I have liked it to be in a night game? Yes, I would have. But at the end of the day, whatever is best for the team and the league as far as exposure goes. That's what we need, and I think that's what we're getting with both of those games, really all three of those games. As the FCS game, you're not going to get a whole lot of exposure for that one anyway. That one's more about playing an additional home game and getting that gate revenue. I want to hear what your thoughts are about these games. I know a lot of you are not happy about the noon kickoff, but let me know why. Is it just because you don't have enough time to tailgate? Is it because of the not getting? You're afraid the atmosphere is not going to be the same? I'm here to tell you, I think. Look, it's Penn State coming to Morgantown. It's going to be a great atmosphere regardless, in my opinion. Yes, night's better. Yes, night is more fun. But again, it's national exposure, and you're still going to get a good crowd. It'll still be a sellout, in my opinion. If not, there's a problem. If you've got a top 10 or top 15 team coming to Morgantown and you don't sell it out, you've got a big problem. If you guys enjoyed the article I just read you from WV Sports Now, if you'll notice, there were no ads that popped up on that. That's because I'm a member of the Holler. You can also be a member of the Holler, and you can get it at a major discount by using promo code Couz at checkout. If you want to get the ad-free content and special content, including a special Backyard Brawl giveaway they're getting ready to do very soon, you want to go over there and join the Holler. If you use promo code Couz at checkout, you get a 40% discount on a one-year membership. You get it for only $20.99 for the whole year. Again, promo code Couz. Also, I want to give a shout-out to my VIP members of the day. They are Tom Dean, Terry Alford, Timothy Green, and Mouth of the Mountains. Thank you all for being VIP members here at Couz's Corner, for showing your support with your pocketbooks. If you want to become a member of this club, you can hit the join button below. If you don't see a join button on your device, all you have to do is go to my channel homepage on YouTube. Right beside my profile photo, you will see a join button. Hit it. There's two levels you can join, pub level or club level. They both come with different perks. Club level, obviously one level higher, has more perks. I'm trying to do more members-only content to make this a worthwhile, make the perks worthwhile, make joining worthwhile. If you want to take advantage of it and you want to support my show here and help me keep the lights on, it's an easy way to do it. The money comes right out of your bank account, but you don't have to stay in long-term. If you don't want to, you can cancel at any time. You can also help me for free by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. With all that being said, I appreciate you tuning into this episode. Have a top shelf day, and cue Country Roads.